Thank you, Ariel. Thank you so much, Ariel, and thank you, Congressman Ashley. I'm sorry I'm late, galing sa isa pang forum. The topic is Benham rice. And Benham rice, to me, has a very big security and economic impact to the Philippines. Benham rice is already reported is a body of water which is part of Philippine territory. This is not just exclusive economic zone where our sovereignty is limited to the exploitation of natural resources as provided for by UNCLOS, but this is territorial sea as awarded to us by the United Nations on April 12, 2012, after filing it in April 2009. I remember right after we won this, Secretary Pahe was so happy to tell me that we just won a big territory. In fact, 13 million hectares compared to the original 30 million hectares. That is an addition of almost 50% to our original territory, consisting of land and consisting of several bodies of water inside our archipelago. That body of water is as important to us territorially as Manila Bay, right here. It's the same status as Sulu Sea, same status as Visayan Sea and Sibuyan Sea. Pareho lang yan. Same status as a territory as Manila, the land of Manila. Ganun ka-importante yan. The entry of the survey ship is a violation of our territory. In the same way that kunyari, biglang may pumasok ng mga explorers inside Laguna Lake, no? Laguna de Bae, or in Manila Bay, a foreign explorer, the same. And in fact, I just this morning, after studying the implication of the presence of the survey ship in Benham rice, I already said that it is my belief that China spied on our territory in Benham rice. And considering the capability of China with respect to survey, ako, hindi ko pa nakita talaga yung mga detalye kung ano yung pinadala nila, but I would surmise it's a 636A class survey ship. What can that do? Two things. It can study the characteristics of the water, the sea. Yung temperature, yung salinity, yung thermocline, the oceanography of the sea. Something which we studied in the Naval Academy, and then the seabed, and then the subsoil. These are terms that have been used in UNCLOS. And what is the importance of the subsoil? Yung mineral doon, posible yung gas, posible yung oil doon. Using seismic survey, they can determine for maybe several hundred meters deep kung ano yung nalalaman. Yung national wealth natin under the sea, yung natural resources natin. So, they spied on our natural resources, and if they were there for 3 months, as mentioned already in the report of the Department of National Defense, and as narrated earlier by Congressman Ashley, marami sila nakuha dun. Just a few days of going back and forth in a very slow way, you can gather a lot of information. Yung 3 months, lalo na. I think yung JMSU, you remember the JMSU? It took them only about 1 month, 2 months. And that's about 500,000 hectares of territory. This one is a little bigger. Pero doon, paikot-ikot sila. So marami silang nakuha doon that they know, pero tayo di natin alam. Now, I mentioned also a tale of two cities. Yung China, nagpadala ng survey ship to spy on our natural resources, and that is my belief. On the other hand, good news, the United States last year turned over to us a research survey ship. This is the old Melville, now named Gregorio Velasquez, transferred to the Philippine Navy, and right now undergoing training. So this is good news because now we can use that. Parang it's it's very good that the US transferred it to us. Now, using our own vessel, we can do a research on Benham rice so that we will know for ourselves what we can do. So sabi nga, Tale of Two Cities, China nagpadala ng service ship para spy tayo. US nagbigay ng service ship sa atin para tulungan tayo to determine what is really in Benham rice. China responded to the announcement of Secretary Del Lorenzana by saying, "Oh, no, this is just an innocent passage." Innocent passage as provided for in Article 18 and Article 19 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. The vessel must travel directly. It cannot stop. It can only stop because of force majeure. It can only stop because of distress. It can only stop if it's helping another ship in distress, but it cannot loiter around. It must go through a direct passage. Article 19 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea prohibits a number of acts on the part of a vessel going through innocent passage. Marami yan. But the two that are very important would be, number one, it cannot undertake fishing operation. Kasi may nagsasabi, baka nagpipishing na yan. That is a violation of the innocent passage provision of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. And most importantly, it prohibits, it prohibits surveying. It prohibits research, and that is exactly what I believe that survey ship has done. Because what does a survey ship do? It surveys. At bakit sila doon? It's almost like for example, kunyari, may pumasok na tao sa bakuran nyo. Alam mo yung tao na yan, magaling mag-espiya, may camera, may kung ano mga gadget. Pumasok sa bakuran mo, pumasok sa loob ng kwarto mo, kung ano picture ang kinuna. O kaya kahit hindi mo nakita, I think you can be very sure that he gathered a lot of information, a lot of data in your home that is a violation of your privacy, and that could be a threat to your security later. Ngayon, ito yung Chinese survey ship, no? Ito yung 6368 class of the survey ship of China, and I'm almost very positive na ito yung pinadala nila. Ano ang karakteristik ito? Medyo malaki ito, no? Kaya nito ng seismic survey. So even without touching the water, even without touching the subsoil, it can use seismic technology in order to determine the bottom of the ocean down to several hundred meters into the subsoil of the ocean. Next slide. Ayan, yan yung survey ship na yan. Next. Okay, sige. Yan yung, it can do oceanographic, it can do hydrographic, and very important for submarine warfare kasi yung thermocline na sinatawag, no? That is where there is an abrupt change in the temperature of the water. Doon sa ilalim yan, pwede doon magtago yung submarine kasi yung sonar nagbabounce doon sa thermocline. Next. Ayan, okay, next. Ito naman yung another security aspect. Ito yung first island chain, yan yung red line, no? Ang first island chain is that line that is the barrier